Learn about the latest blockchain developments and explore investment opportunities in the crypto market. Welcome to the new world of crypto. Let's imagine a scenario. You want to find the highest yielding place in the DeFi world to store your stablecoins. What do you need to do today? You might have to compare interest rates on multiple websites, use cross-chain bridges to transfer assets from one chain to another, and interact with multiple complex DeFi protocols. Every step requires careful consideration, fearing that clicking the wrong button could wipe out your assets. The entire process is tedious, time-consuming, and, for beginners, the barrier to entry is daunting. Now, imagine another future. You simply open an app and, as if speaking to an assistant, type in a single line, "Find me the safest, highest-yielding pool on Ethereum, Avalanche, or Arbitrum," and automatically reinvest the profits weekly. 1 second later, the task is complete. Doesn't this scenario sound enticing? It's like giving your crypto assets a super-intelligent butler, like Iron Man's Jarvis. This dream is precisely the grand narrative that the protagonist will explore today. AI agents in the crypto world is attempting to bring to life. Let's share a research report from the block that systematically outlines the evolution of this emerging sector. But what opportunities and pitfalls lie hidden behind this report? Today, we'll use this report as a guide to delve into this uncharted territory, filled with unknowns and allure, and critically examine these so-called AI agents. Are they reliable guides to the future or dangerous sirens that could spell doom? The report brilliantly divides the development of AI agents into two distinct waves. To make it easier to understand, I like to use an analogy. It's the evolution from a mumbling parrot to an intelligent co-pilot. The first wave, the parrot-like era. The first wave of AI agent projects mentioned in the report primarily focused on so-called agent frameworks. Think of these frameworks as sets of Lego blocks that developers can use to assemble a variety of AI bots. These early AI agents were like intelligent parrots. You could teach them to talk, chat with you on X or Discord, liven things up, scrape basic on-chain data, and even perform sentiment analysis. Examples include the ELIZA framework launched by AI16Z and the GME framework from Virtuals, mentioned in the report. These projects were truly impressive at the time, attracting a large number of developers and a surge of speculative investment. Data from the report shows that ELIZA's GitHub star count reached nearly 15,000, and its associated token market capitalization exceeded $2.5 billion at its peak. However, the limitations of these parrots were also clear. They could only talk, not act. They couldn't truly manipulate your assets or perform complex financial transactions. Its core value lies more in the social and informational realm. The report also pointedly points out that this wave of AI has exposed its ceiling of lack of economic utility. As the novelty wears off, so too does the hype. The chart in the report shows that both ELIZA and another framework, ARC, have seen a significant decline in GitHub activity since their peak at the end of 2024. The second wave is the smart copilot era. As people realized that parrots were more than just looks, market demand drove technological evolution. Thus, a second wave of AI agents emerged, which I call the smart copilot era. These new projects, such as Hayanon, Wayfinder, and Giza mentioned in the report, aim no longer to chat with you, but to become your co-pilot, capable of driving you. Their core concept is summarized in a new term, DeFi, or Decentralized Financial AI. How do these smart copilots work? These typically allow users to issue complex DeFi commands using natural language, often in everyday language. For example, ARMA, the proxy launched by Giza, can automatically search for the optimal stablecoin yield across multiple lending protocols, dynamically rebalancing funds and automatically compounding interest. The core technical model here is an off-chain brain coupled with an on-chain hand. The report clearly states that in almost all of these projects, the AI brain responsible for analysis, thinking, and decision-making operates off-chain. This brain receives your instructions, analyzes massive amounts of market data, and formulates the optimal strategy. It then sends only the final execution instructions to the blockchain, where the hands of smart contracts complete the specific transfers and interactions. This evolution is undeniable. AI agents are no longer just for show. They are becoming powerful tools capable of truly engaging in value exchange. The report concludes that this marks a decisive shift in the industry from social entertainment to direct financial participation. Sounds promising, right? But this is precisely the moment when sophisticated investors should sound the alarm. When a tool becomes incredibly powerful and convenient, its potential risks are exponentially magnified. While this report also addresses these risks, we must delve deeper. The first issue is the black box of decision-making. The report repeatedly emphasizes that AI's heavy lifting, the reasoning and decision-making, is performed off-chain. This leads to a fatal problem. The decision-making process is an opaque black box. For example, imagine you hire a driver whose car has all black windows. You can't see the road outside or what they're doing inside. You only know the car is moving. Would you dare to ride in such a car? When an AI agent tells you that Protocol A is the current optimal option, how do you know whether this decision is based on objective and unbiased data analysis or whether it was biased or even maliciously guided by its developers? How can we ensure that its recommendations are not influenced by tainted data sources? The report also mentions the inherent illusions and risk of error in LLM models. When such errors occur in financial decisions, the consequences can be disastrous. The second question is decentralization an illusion? One of the core values we pursue in the crypto world is decentralization, freedom from dependence on centralized institutions. However, when the brain of an AI agent is an AI model controlled by a single company and running on centralized servers, are we back to square one? This creates a huge philosophical contradiction. While the execution of transactions occurs on a decentralized blockchain, the crucial decision-making process is a centralized black box. It's like your hands and feet are free, but your brain is controlled by someone else. Is this really the future we want? It's simply a decentralized shell wrapped around a centralized core. You think you have free will, but you don't. The third question is this a security nightmare magnified beyond measure? The report mentions the risk of private key leaks. But I would argue that the security risks posed by AI agents are far greater than those of traditional DeFi protocols. A vulnerability in a smart contract could affect only that one protocol. But an AI agent with your authorization is a super portal capable of interacting with all assets and protocols in your wallet. If this AI agent itself is attacked or its private key is stolen, it's like handing the master key to your entire bank vault to a robber. The robber no longer needs to pick each lock individually. He can simply evacuate all your assets. The Wayfinder project mentioned in the report poses enormous risks if its envisioned pathway is malicious or flawed. This is essentially a supply chain attack. You trust the agent, but the path or data it relies on may have been poisoned. The fourth question is, who is responsible when AI makes a mistake? This is a deeper issue, even involving legal and ethical implications. If your AI agent misinterprets your instructions due to model hallucinations or executes a flawed transaction, resulting in the loss of your entire fortune, who bears the responsibility? Your own responsibility, because you issued the instructions. The project owner? They can argue that this is simply an inherent risk of the model. Or is it the AI model itself? You obviously can't sue an algorithm. This liability vacuum is a significant chasm preventing these applications from reaching the mainstream, and it's not just a tool used by crypto gamblers. Simply improving the user experience is far from enough. After all this analysis, how can we find potential gold mines in this AI agent mining field where opportunities and risks coexist while avoiding fatal pitfalls? First, we must recognize the power of narrative. AIX crypto is one of the most powerful market narratives currently. We can almost certainly expect projects in this space to be hyped repeatedly for some time to come. The vision of DeFi super apps mentioned in the report is extremely attractive, and this trend will not stop easily. Second, we must distinguish between investment targets. Investing in the AI agent sector can be roughly divided into two categories. One is investing in shovel sellers, projects that provide the underlying agent framework. This is equivalent to betting that the entire sector will flourish and that the underlying infrastructure will benefit from it. The other is investing in gold diggers, those smart co-pilot applications that directly target users. The bet is that a specific product will stand out and gain a large user base. The report notes that most projects in the second wave haven't yet issued tokens. This is a good sign, indicating they're currently focused on polishing their products rather than rushing to reap the rewards. This presents a good opportunity for us to identify high-quality early-stage investments. Finally, and most importantly, consider your due diligence checklist. Before investing real money, be sure to examine your target project using the following questions. First, how transparent is it? How does the project address the black box problem? Does it provide any way for users to verify the logic and basis behind its AI decisions, even if only partially? Second, what is its security model? Don't just look at the audit report. Gain a deeper understanding of how its off-chain components are protected. Does it have specific defenses against AI model manipulation or malicious output? Third, how decentralized is it? Where does this project fall on the spectrum from fully centralized to fully decentralized? Does it have a clear roadmap for gradually decentralizing its AI decision-making? Fourth, what real pain points does it address? Does this AI agent truly solve a core pain point for a large number of users, or is it just a flashy product for AI's sake? Look for projects with true product-market fit, not those relying solely on token incentives and hype to attract users. In short, the journey of AI agents in the crypto world is progressing from a novelty that tells a story and attracts attention to a practical tool with real value and solves problems. However, this evolutionary path is fraught with profound contradictions. The pursuit of an ultimate user experience is colliding fiercely with the core principles of the crypto world: transparency, security, and decentralization. Ultimately, the ultimate test facing this field is not just technical, but also about trust. Can we build an AI that we willingly entrust our financial autonomy to? The answer to this question will ultimately determine whether AI agents will become a revolutionary force that ushers in the next era, or simply a speculative bubble that serves as a warning to future generations in the wild history of cryptocurrency. For investors, understanding this core contradiction may help us find our own clear path through this foggy battlefield. The above content is merely information analysis, not investment advice. Thank you for your company, and see you next time.